Greetings everyone out there. Today I'm going to discuss about the important plant pathology MCQs asked from previous year agricultural officer examinations. The first question will be Agaricus bisporus is the biological name of. The answer will be button mushroom. Here I have enlisted most commonly cultivated, commercially cultivated edible mushrooms and in scientific name. So the oyster mushroom scientific name will be Pleurotus species, button mushroom Agaricus bisporus, milky mushroom Carosiba indica, and padistra mushroom Volvarella volvaceae. And they may even give the common name and they will ask the scientific name. So in a safer side, you must by heart both of the names, common name as well as the scientific name. And next question will be find the odd one from the following: trifloxystrobin, fluodoxanil, pymetrozine, and chlorpyrrose. So the answer will be pymetrozine because pymetrozine is the insecticide. Rest all the three are fungicides. And the next, match the following. So you must know the most commonly asked questions which is related to the diseases or disorders which is due to the deficiencies. So blossom and rot is due to the calcium deficiency, gray speck of oats is due to manganese deficiency, white bud of maize is due to zinc deficiency, and dieback is commonly due to copper deficiency. So the option will be C will be the correct answer. And next, match the fungicides with their mode of action. Here I have enlisted the most commonly used fungicides with their mode of action. Here you may even match in this way. Metalaxyl is related to RNA synthesis inhibition, right? So you can see metalaxyl here, which inhibits the RNA synthesis. Then azoxystrobin. So azoxystrobin here it is related to respiration inhibition. So azoxystrobin related to respiration. Then casugamycin, which is an antifungal antibiotic, which is related or inhibit the protein synthesis. Then propiconazole is related to the melanin biosynthesis inhibition. Here, propiconazole inhibits the ectosteroid biosynthesis. So, which is related to melanin biosynthesis. So, the option will be B will be the correct answer. So, A will pass with 3 and B will pass with 1. C will pair with 4 and D will pair with 2. And the next question, which of the following is incorrectly paired? Here, you must know most of the viral diseases and related to its vectors. Okay. So here I'll give a clue that wherever you are seeing the diseases, viral diseases related to the leaf curl, which will be always related to the whitefly. Okay. Then wherever you are seeing the mosaic based viral diseases, most of the viral diseases, it will be related to the aphids. But there are some exceptions, which are Bendy yellow vein mosaic virus, Mungbean yellow mosaic virus, cassava mosaic virus. So these three are most severely infecting viral diseases in the respective crops. So all the three will be related or the vector will be the whitefly. Rest all the mosaic viruses, most of the mosaic viruses having the vector of aphid only. So I'll repeat again. Wherever you are seeing the leaf curl based diseases, it will be related to the whitefly as a vector. And again, wherever you are seeing the mosaic as a viral diseases, most of the mosaic diseases will be spread through aphids. Exceptions are there. Three most important viral disease: Bendy yellow vein mosaic, Mungbean yellow mosaic, then cassava mosaic. Three important mosaic diseases which are spread through whitefly as a vector. Then very few viral diseases are spread through mealybug, which is pineapple wilt, cocoa swollen shoot, banana stick virus, grape vine, leaf roll associated virus. Okay, so you must know the most. You can relate with this according to the match the following. Okay, see here. Which of the following is incorrectly paired? So, whenever you are reading any type of question, you must read the questions first carefully. Correctly paired or incorrectly paired? Okay, let's try. Here, pineapple wilt, exactly this having the vector of mealybug. Just now we have discussed. Then Papaya ring spot. Obviously, it is related to the aphid as a vector. Cassava mosaic. Now only we have discussed cassava mosaic is related to whitefly as a vector. Then tomato leaf curl. Just now I have said tomato, wherever you are seeing the leaf curl as a viral disease or as a viral disease, it will be spreads through whitefly only. So here they have given trips as a option, as a pair. So mostly the correct answer, which is incorrectly paired, is okay. So the answer will be 1, 2, and 3 only are correct. The fourth is incorrectly paired. Okay, hope you understand. Then find out the odd pair among the following. Okay, so here in this match, you can relate the what type of disease it is. So here you can see coconut lethal yellowing, so which is a phytoplasma disease, and again sugarcane grassy shoot is also a phytoplasma disease, and again Sesame pillory is a phytoplasma disease. Okay, brinjal little leaf is also a phytoplasma disease. Okay, here you can see citrus greening is a phloem inhabiting bacteria. Citrus tristeza is a virus. So here they have paired bacteria, that is phloem inhabiting bacteria, along with the virus. So mostly odd pair will be C. Then here bacani, rice bacani is otherwise called rice, related to rice disease on the rice dirty panicle. Okay, so the most probably the correct answer will be the option C, citrus greening, citrus disease, because they have paired with phloem inhabiting bacteria along with the virus. Okay. Then, which among the following abiotic disorder is due to air pollutant? So, this question has been asked repeatedly in the previous year questions. So, we can see the options here: green netting of citrus, marginal drying of banana, black tip of mango, hen and chick diseases of grape. So, I will discuss with few important points related to the question asked. So, the correct answer will be the black tip of mango. Here, you can also eliminate hen and chick disorder is due to the boron deficiency. You might be knowing, and marginal drying of banana is related to some nutrient deficiency. Here, black tip of mango is most commonly occurred at the highly polluted areas. So, which is otherwise called black tip is otherwise called necrosis of banana, also we can say, which is most common in the north states of India. Okay, northern states of India, especially UP, Punjab, Bihar, and West Bengal, northeastern sides of India. Okay, so it will be more prominent. The disease will be more prominent wherever the orchard is nearby the brick kiln area, because the fumes released from the brick kiln, it will be releasing sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and acetylene, which will be harmful, which will related to the disease that causes black tip of mango. So the answer will be the black tip of mango, which is the abiotic disease, or sorry, disorder, which is due to the air pollutant. Okay. And the next question: leaf rust disease of coffee was introduced into the India from. So very few questions only will be asked from the introduced diseases or introduced pathogens. Okay. So the answer will be the Sri Lanka. Here I have enlisted most commonly asked introduced diseases from other countries into the India. So for example, leaf rust is a disease which infecting the coffee, first introduced from Sri Lanka into the India. Okay. Likewise, late blight disease in potato and tomato, which was introduced from Europe. So chrysanthemum rust, which was introduced from Japan or Europe. Flat smut is was introduced. This is also an important question which was always used to ask. This leaf rust, leaf blight, and flax smut, which was from Australia. Then downy mildew of grape vine. This is also important, which was introduced from Europe into India. So likewise, maize downy mildew also was introduced from Java into the India. Okay. So at least whenever you are come across any type of such introduced diseases, you can also remember few more diseases which was introduced from other countries into the India. Right. The next question will be, which of the parasitic weed is a serious in sugarcane crop? So I have given a basic classification related to the phanerogamic parasite. Here, phanerogamic parasite is nothing but a flowering plant, which is phanerogamic means flowering plant. Parasite means a flowering plant parasitize on the another plant. Okay, another host plant. A plant parasitize on the another plant. Okay, so such flowering plants, some of the flowering plant may be parasitize on the host stem. Some of the flowering plants will be parasitize on the host root. Again, one more subclassification is there. In each of the classification, stem and root parasite, it will be total stem parasite, total uh, root parasite, and again partial stem parasite and partial root parasite is there. Okay, so what it indicates, the total and partial means some of the flowering plants, as I said, will depend on the host plant completely for its nutrients and survival and as well as the reproduction. But in the case of partial plant, partial phenylogamic parasite, okay, it will have some leaf system. So a part of the nutrients will be synthesized on its own using the photosynthesis mechanism. A part of the nutrient only will be derived from the host plants. Okay, so in both the cases, whenever you are observing any type of phenylogamic parasite, in the total parasite, it will have no leaf system. But in the case of partial parasite, it will have the leaf system. So it will derive on its own for the part of the nutrients, and part only will be derived from the host plant. Okay. Same in the case of root parasite. This pink color will be the phenylogamic parasite and the green color will be the host. Okay, on the root system only they are parasitizing and they are devoid of leaf system. Only flowers only is there, inflorescence only is there. So which means it will derive its all the nutrients from the host plant roots. Okay, but in the case of partial root parasite, so when you see it is the maize or sugarcane, so here the bunch of the plants is uh, nothing but partial root parasite, which is witch weed or striga. Okay, so it has the leaf system as well as the flowers. So in this case, it will derive part of the nutrients on its own. Only it will depend on for the rest of the nutrients from the coast system. Okay, so you must remember all these names also. Total stem parasite will be the daughter. Scientific name is the Cuscuta. Partial stem parasite is the Loranthus or giant mistletoe. The scientific name is Dendrophthos species. Total root parasite is the broom rape. The scientific name is Orobanche. The partial root parasite is witchweed, which is Striga as its scientific name. Now we'll come to the question: which of the parasitic weed is a serious in sugarcane crop? So the answer will be the Striga. Okay, because Striga is a dicot plant actually, dicot phenylogamic plant. Okay, phenylogamic root parasite, which is partial root phenylogamic parasite. Okay, which will parasitize mostly on the monocots, which is sugarcane, maize, sorghum, pearl millet, rice, and few dicots also it will parasitize. Okay, so cowpea and groundnut, etc. But in most cases it is actually a dicot, but mostly it attacks the monocots. Here, they may even ask maize or sorghum is mostly affected by which parasitic weed. So again, the option will be the same. Answer will be the same. Striga is the correct answer. But mostly sugarcane, maize, and sorghum will be mostly attacked by the striga. When they are asking about the tobacco, which crop is seriously affect? I mean, which of the parasitic weed is serious in the tobacco means the answer will be the orobanche. Okay, so so in this case, you must know all the classification, its scientific name and common name on which host it is attacking. This also you must be knowing. And the next question will be bioherbicide from Phytophthora palmivora fungus. Here, I have enlisted most commercially used bioherbicide, which is derived from the fungus. Okay, but you must not be aware about all those things. At least you must be knowing 4 to 5 bioherbicide names. At least four you must be knowing. Okay, in all the four, mostly they will be asking only three only: divine, colico, and biomal only. Repeated questions will be they have been asked. Okay, so here the correct answer will be divine. D-Vine is the bioherbicide, which is commercial name. The bioagent present in the bioherbicide is Phytophthora palmivora fungus, which attacks the weed Morinia odorata on citrus growers. Okay, so on the crop citrus, there is some weed called Morinia odorata, which is the target weed, which can be managed with the help of bioherbicide derived from the bioagent Phytophthora palmivora, which has the commercial name is D-Vine. Okay, likewise, Coligo also you must be knowing Coligo, Colitotrichum gliosporioids. Okay, on the crop rice for the target weed, Eschimon virginica. Likewise, biomol, saying Colitotrichum gliosporioids, former specialist malware. That's why biomol. Okay, so the target crop will be the row crops. Target with malva pusilla. That's why mal. Okay. Biomal. Here also malve. So you can relate with mal. Okay. Malva pusilla, malve, and biomal. Okay. So mostly they will be asking from the first three bioherbicide one, D1, Coligo, and Biomol. These three you must be knowing. Rest you can also remember, but by seeing the options, you might be it will be easy to click the option. Okay, so bioherbicide from Phytophthora palmivora is D1, which is the target with Morinia odorata. These things also you must be knowing. Okay, next question. Gene for gene relationship between a host and its pathogen was postulated by Flor in the year 1951 on his work on the answer will be linseed, especially in the linseed rust Melamspora linea. Okay, so in that specific crop, in specific disease only, he has postulated the gene for gene relationship concept between a host and the pathogen. Okay, and the next question. The chemical compound normally used for inducing systemic resistance in plants against diseases is the answer will be Actigard. I'll explain. Induced systemic resistance is nothing but certain chemicals or certain bioagents when we apply on the plant system, especially on the plant roots, it will induce the immune response in the plant system so that the plant will be uh, immune enough for defending against the pathogen. So before the infection process itself, the plant will be immune in nature due to the certain chemicals or certain bioagents which has been applied on the plant root system. Such chemical is nothing but Actigard, which is normally usually using chemical for inducing systemic resistance on the plant system against diseases is Actigard. Okay. Next. The chemical required by the germ tube of Pyraclaria oryzae is to penetrate the rice leaf. Obviously, it requires melanin because so the Pyraclaria oryzae is a pathogen which causes rice blast disease, which is a very serious disease in rice crop, especially during the monsoon or winter season, because it is related to the temperature related pathogen also. It requires a cooling temperature like 19 degrees Celsius night temperature and all, and frequent drizzling also it requires for its pathogen multiplication and infection. And for the infection process, the pathogen Pyraclaria oryzae, it obviously requires a compound called melanin, okay, as a chemical compound. So, based on this only, the scientists have developed a fungicide which inhibit the melanin biosynthesis. Okay, so my melanin biosynthesis inhibitors which will target the pathogen Pericularia oryzae, which obviously requires melanin for its penetration and infection process. So when we deplete or when we destroy the melanin biosynthesis, the pathogen cannot able to penetrate and cause the infection processes. Okay, so due to this only the melanin biosynthesis inhibitor related fungicides are developed because the Pyraclaria oryzae is a pathogen which requires melanin for its infection process. The next question. Bunchy top banana disease is transmitted by. So the answer will be the Pentalonian aeronellosa. Okay. So Heliobildis antony, they are all insects, actually insect pest. Okay. So banana bunchy top disease which spreads through aphid, that is black aphid or banana aphid, which is Pentalonia nigra. Next question will be aflatoxin is an example of, answer will be the mycotoxin. So here the toxin is nothing but a harmful chemical released by the fungus. So here the fungus is Afla, Aspergillus flavus, which is a fungus. So fungus will be related to myco. So mycology is a study of fungi, right? So likewise, the aflatoxin is an example of mycotoxin. Here I have given some important information related to the aflatoxin. So which is susceptible on the food crops like maize or peanuts. So which may directly affect the human upon consumption by the food poisoning, or it may enter into the food chain by the animal or cattle or um, food source. As a food source, when we are given the aflatoxin contaminated grains, so then when we consume such foods which was fed by the aflatoxin contaminated foods, it may harm our health. Okay, so aflatoxin is a serious toxin which is produced by the fungus of Aspergillus flavus. Next, and again the same phanerogamic parasite related question only. Here they have asked Striga is an important weed in the same question they have repeated again in the year 2018 agriculture year exam. So the answer will be the obviously sugarcane only. And again they may even ask, so see here rice also they have given, but important weed in sugarcane. But it also affects in rice also, but most importantly it will affect on sugarcane and maize and sorghum. Okay, next. Vrikshabhaksha is a phanerogamic parasite. Okay, Vrikshabhaksha is nothing but it's a partial stem parasite, which is called Loranthus. Okay, so why we are calling as Vrikshabhaksha means throughout the season it will always retain its leaf color as green only. Okay, it will the leaf will not die easily. So that's why it is called Vrikshabhaksha. Here for the confusing part only, they have given a book written by Surapal. That is Vriksha Ayurveda only, which was a book written by Surapal. Vriksha Bhaksha is a phanerogamic parasite and especially partial stem parasite, which is Loranthus or Dendrophthomisleto, which affects on tree crops. Okay, Vriksha Bhaksha. Here I have given some major information related to the mistletoe. Mistletoe or Loranthus or Banda, tree eater, Vrikshabhaksha, okay, Loranthus, Dendroptera species and all, they may ask. So here it will produce thick leaves and elongated or tube-like flowers and berry-like fruits. And throughout the year, it will retain its bushy green in color. So that's why it is called Vrikshabhaksha. Okay. Coming to the next question, Directorate of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage located in, the answer will be Faridabad. Okay, so it was established during the year 1946. This also they may ask. So it was established at Faridabad during the year 1946. Okay, Directorate of Plant Protection, Quarantine and Storage. And here the most commonly used chemical based question is to prepare 1% Bordeaux mixture, quantity of copper sulfate, lime and water required are. Okay, so you must be aware about the Bordeaux mixture chemical, which is a fungicide. Okay, so mostly 1% of the Bordeaux mixture, generally Bordeaux mixture is the combination of two chemical, copper sulfate and lime. Okay, lime here we are using as a safener. Okay, so the copper sulfate and lime, and which will be dissolved using water. Only three ingredients are required to prepare the Bordeaux mixture. So when we prepare 1% of the Bordeaux mixture, the how much quantity we need only they have asked, with some options only they have given. Okay, first of all, you must be knowing what is the basic proportion of the Bordeaux mixture preparation. So whenever you are preparing the Bordeaux mixture for the 1%, it will be always when we take 100 liters of water, 1 kg copper sulfate and 1 kg lime. Okay, so here usually the preparation process will be, we have to separate the 100 liters into 50 liters and 50 liters, another 50 liter in separate container. You have to dissolve both of the chemical separately. So 50 in the 50 liters of water, dissolve 1 kg of copper sulfate. In another 50 liters of water, we have to dissolve 1 kg of lime. Then we have to mix both by copper sulfate should be the top at the top and lime should be at the bottom. So we have to pour the copper sulfate into the lime container. Okay. So 50 liters of copper sulfate solution will be mixed into the 50 liters of lime container. Or in another way, in the third container, we have to mix both of the solution together simultaneously. Okay. So this will be the actual Bordeaux mixture preparation process. Now they are asking up in grams or milligrams related uh, quantity. Okay. So based on the options given only, we have to uh, calculate this type of questions. Okay. So generally 1 kg we can say as 1000 gram. Here also again 1 kg we can also write as 1000 gram. Then 100 liters as this much of ml. Okay. So when we reduce into 100 ml, we can say as, okay, so three zeros will be eliminated. So 100 ml, here 1 gram, again here it is also at 1 gram. Okay. And again when we divide into two halves, 500 milligram and again 500 milligram in 50 ml of water. So when we see the option, the B will be the suitable for such type of uh, options. Okay. So we cannot say as 1000 gram in 1 liter, we cannot say, right? So when we see the option one, we can option A, when we compare with the actual preparation process, the same only they have given 1000 gram and here also 1000 gram and here 1000 ml, which is nothing but 1 liter. But the actual preparation is 100 liters. So here itself we can eliminate the such option. And here we can see 500 gram, 500 gram. Okay. 100 liters will not be coming. Okay. So the option will be the correct option will be the option B, which is 500 milligram of copper sulfate and lime each in 50 ml of water. Okay. So whenever you are come across such type of complicated questions which you have to derive, you can even start from the first 1 kg of copper sulfate, 1 kg of lime in 100 liters of water as a standard. So from that you can derive on its own way and you can compare with the top options given in the questions. Okay. So in that way only you can able to compare. So this is how we can compare and eliminate such type of complicated questions. And in the next class, we will continue and again few questions which has been asked in the previous set of questions. Thank you.